Hello, everybody. Hi. This is my first time using StreamYard, so I apologize for the minute delay on here. I was trying to figure out how to actually show up on my screen. So, welcome to Monday. And yes, of course, we are in Mercury retrograde. Hopefully, now you're able to see me and hear me. If not, let me know. StreamYard is an awesome platform, and I've been using it on the this morning on Thursday mornings with Lisa Gunshore. Um, and I will be back again this Thursday morning, which is, let's see, the 11th of February. Our special guest this week is going to be the Astro Shaman, Benjamin Bernstein. I've had sessions with him. He really knows a lot about astrology, so I'm looking forward to welcoming him. The good news, when you tune in live to this, there aren't any interruptions. There aren't any ads. And so just know that when you get updates from me and I say, hey, jump on, we're going to do this, you can always watch live and interact with me, and it's ad free. And you can always click the link later and watch the replay if you can't jump on live. The replay will have ads. And so that's really the big difference between the two. But I've been doing these weekly energy forecasts on Mondays for, I don't know, maybe a year. And I'm like, we need to shake things up a little bit. And so that's why I thought, let's start doing these live, where I'm going to come on Mondays. I'm going to pull some cards, and then I'm going to have you pick a card, and I'll show you what we're going to do with that in a minute. And I'd love your feedback on it. It's something that I think will be fun, a bit interactive, but also give all of us an opportunity to engage with the cards and the messages that we all need to hear. So also a quick shout out. The podcast launched last Thursday. If you can, in the comments, just comment and let me know, were you able to listen to any of the 4 episodes yet? And if you did, what did you think of these 4 initial episodes? There will be a new episode for the podcast coming out this Thursday as well. And we got some really great things up our sleeves. If you didn't catch, Rachel is doing a random acts of kindness giveaway for the whole month of February. If you do a random act of kindness this month, she's going to give you one free 1-hour session, like literally no strings attached. All you have to do is go to spiritandspark.com, all spelled out, and you'll find on the menu there, it'll say RAOK. That's random act of kindness. You can go on there and you can watch Rachel's short video and submit your details of what you did. And she'll give you a 60-minute free session. No cost to you. Literally, like, it's just our way of spreading light all over. So please make sure you're doing your random act of kindness this month. Encourage your friends and your family to do their random act of kindness as well. And one also quick mention, going back to before I pull some cards, the This Morning show with Lisa and I on Thursdays, we do this thing where we have a segment and it's our subscriber in the spotlight, and we hold up our coffee mugs, whatever ones we're using. And we want you to submit your photo of you holding your coffee cup. And we're going to show pictures during the live stream on Thursday, just to give a shout out to some of our YouTube subscribers. If you haven't subscribed, please make sure you do. It's free. And give this video a thumbs up, and we appreciate it. The other thing is, this past Thursday on our first episode, we asked people to ponder a soul-to-soul question. The question was, who's the one person, if you could select anyone from the other side, who would you connect with, and what would be the one question that you would ask them? And so over on Lisa's app, Lisa created this free, amazing community through this app called Ajatakasha. And you can go on that free app, and we have a group in the app called This Morning, and you can post your photo of you and your coffee mug, and you can answer that soul-to-soul question. The reason why I'm bringing it up is because we're going to do some mediumship for some people that go in that app and put their soul-to-soul question. You'll see the post if you go into Ajatakasha. Let me see if I can post how to spell that in the comments. Ajata Casa. Let me see. I think I did that right. All right. I just put it in the chat. You can go into the App Store on your smartphone and download that app and then join this morning's group and you can participate in that. So, like I said, this is the first time using StreamYard, so I'm a little bit trying to figure this platform out. I love that you guys are all commenting, though. Could you drop me a comment really quickly and just tell me where you're watching from, city and state, please? So lots of good mornings to everybody tuning in live. We have somebody, Laura from California, Anne Marie Henderson. Yes, beautiful, beautiful. We're going to start pulling these here in just a second. Hello, everybody. It's so fun to see everybody's name live on a Monday morning. At least it's a morning where I'm at. Thank you, Jeff, for listening to all 4 episodes of the podcast. I really appreciate it. It takes a lot of time and effort to get those podcast episodes up and running. So I appreciate that. And Maggie, my editor, thank you for putting those together as well. So we have Las Vegas, lots of Las Vegas and Henderson. So keep commenting and letting me know where you're at. Montgomery, Texas, beautiful, beautiful. I'll keep an eye over there. So what I want to do is I'm going to pull some cards. Manchester, England. Thank you for tuning in, Helen. Okay, so I'm going to pull some cards and we're going to see what comes up for this week ahead. And then we're going to do something fun where you're going to pick a card and I'll show you that in a second. Everyone will be able to participate. So if you're watching this, whether it's the live or the replay, you'll be able to participate, okay? It's not one of those things where if you're just one of the lucky people that are watching, you'll get a message. Everyone's going to participate. And it was a way to kind of do it where we could all engage and have some fun with it. So what I want to do first is pull some tarot cards, and a special shout out to all my Spark Plug members. You are just fantastic and fabulous, and I love all of our Spark Plug members. If you are a Spark Plug member, you received the digest email this morning. There's a lot of freebies and perks in the member portal right now. So make sure if you haven't logged in a couple of days, go in there and log in. Colleen, Rachel, Christina, they're all doing free class passes to Spark Plug members. I know Christina is doing a free class pass to self-love and finding love hypnotherapy class. Rachel's doing one on compassion. Compassion Latitude is what it's called. And then Colleen's got a really amazing heart-centered class that she's doing this month as well. And they're free for Spark Plug members. So make sure you're going on there and checking that out. Yes. Yes, the email digest is helpful, isn't it? It keeps us all organized. Oh, and thank you, Elisa. Yes, the Spark Plug is so much fun. Okay. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you can go to spiritandspark.com and click on the Spark Plug and you'll see what I'm talking about there. Okay, so anybody that knows the tarot, do you have any kind of inclination of what kind of cards you think I'm going to pull for this week? I laugh because I read a horoscope this morning. Yes, this morning. And it was basically like, hey, for Valentine's Day, maybe just do your Valentine's the week after. Oh, that's fun. I mean, not for me because I don't have a Valentine, so it's fine. But I'm just saying in general, I'm like, wow, the energy sounds like it's going to be just a blast on Valentine's Day. Aren't we just so excited about that now? And then I follow an astrologer on YouTube. Her channel is called Joni Patry, Jonipatry, Joni Patry. She is phenomenal. And I've mentioned this, she's talking about February 22nd to April 13th, basically being a gigantic mess of energy. And I don't say this to scare you or cause fear or anything like that. But it's one of those things where I just need you to take a deep breath. If you're feeling agitated, if you're feeling like you're going to rip somebody's head off or you're feeling lost and confused, it's the energy is part of it, but the universe is also asking you to make sure that you are balanced and happy. Self-care is not a luxury right now. For the next couple of months, you have to take care of yourself. I'd love to hear in the comments, how are you feeling How are you feeling? So when I say to you, hey, Valentine's Day is maybe going to be a little bit abrupt between people and relationships. Do you feel like that's true? Do you feel like it's happening already? Sometimes we have, like that shadow period beforehand where we're feeling it, where we feel the discord. And when I say to you that there's going to be a lot of stuff happening February 22nd to April 13th, so with shadow periods basically now through about May 1st, how does that feel? How does that feel? What are you feeling today as I'm pulling our cards? So, universe, I'm going to ask you to just show me the next week. So, like today, which is recording live, it's the 8th. And let's see what the next, so we'll go till Sunday because I'm going to do this again next Monday and we're just going to have fun. Put it on your calendar. We'll have a standing date with each other. Okay. So, universe, I'm just going to pull as many cards as I feel drawn to, and then we'll do the interactive piece. Oh, and then I just want you to like sit back, relax, and enjoy this. Okay. Okay, let's surround this in love and light, please. Anything that's not in the highest and best interest of myself, the cards, everyone watching. Let's go ahead and just surround everybody in light and love, highest frequency, dimension, and light, please. And only allow that to come through. Okay. My tarot is funny. This deck, the cards don't jump as much. Like if you're used to watching me regularly, some of my oracle cards, like they'll just start jumping. These don't jump as much. So I have to like lay them out and pick a few. So let me see what comes forward for this week. This is the general forecast, okay? This is for everybody watching, collectively what we can expect. Okay, this looks fun. Okay, all right, cool. Let's pick a few more. Oh, okay. Oh, perfect. Okay, okay, all right. Good. Like, oh. So I pulled 5 cards. That's what I felt drawn to for the week ahead. And then we'll go into the pick a card section of this broadcast today. I'm going to tell you what cards come forward because you can write them down and you can go online and just put into Google or your favorite, search engine. What is the meaning of? And your first card for this week is the Two of Swords. Now, the Two of Swords for me is about letting things flow, not being in a place of control. So if you feel like you're kind of like strangling everything, this is not going to be helpful in the next week. It's about remaining calm. It's also about protecting yourself, protecting your heart. But the biggest thing I get from this card, yes, you have to have patience with this card, which I already told you there's going to be volatility and kind of the people bumping heads, especially with the energy right now into the next few months, is denial. I'm going to show you the picture. So she's got a blindfold on. And it's kind of like I'm holding up my swords. And to me, whenever I see this card, I think of like, what am I trying to like hold on to? What am I trying to protect? Because she's got the swords kind of like almost crossed up here. But there's a lot of the moon energy in this card, and the moon for me always reflects emotions. So what are you not seeing? What are you in denial about? And I know I've said that before. I know if you're a regular viewer of my videos, you know that I've constantly, like this last month, I'm like, what are you not choosing to see? All right. So that's the Two of Swords if you want to read more on the Two of Swords. The next card we got for the week ahead is the Five of Cups. The Five of Cups is about having some disappointment, kind of like some things are working out, some things aren't really working out. So you can comment and let me know, is that kind of how you're feeling right now? Like some things are going great and some things are like WTF. Okay. So this card is about focusing on what's working, looking at the silver lining, staying positive even when things are maybe not going the way that you thought they would. So I'll show you this picture and it'll give you kind of an indication of what I'm talking about here. So look, The cups are like half up, half down. So are you focusing on the cups that are upward, that are filled, that are bountiful? Or are you focusing on the cups that are spilled over and you're like crying over spilled milk? Which one are you focusing on? Okay. So that's the Five of Cups. Yeah. Yeah, we got a comment. Yep, lots of WTF going on. Yeah. People commenting and saying they're feeling unsettled, anxious, flustered, confused. Yes. To all of it. Um, it's strange. I will be honest for a moment. I'm going to go on to the other cards in a second. I'm going to be honest. I thought I would be on the road traveling right now. I put everything in storage. Everything is in storage right now, which is why my backdrop is different. Everything is in storage. And I thought I would be like in my car going on this adventure across the country. And Spirit was like, not so fast. And now there are things that are emerging that I'm like, oh. And I told you, if you're a regular viewer, this is the year of plot twists. This is the year of like, I'm going over here, and the universe goes, oh, no, you're not. You're going over here. Can you comment and let me know? Does that make sense to you? Have you been feeling like, I'm going over here? And then it's like plot twist, the road turns, you're turning the car on a different pathway. Let me know. Does that make sense? Does that resonate with you? I know I'm not the only one. Do not leave me out here by myself on this lonely road of feeling that way, because I know I'm not alone. Plot twist. Yes, thank you for confirmation in the comments. Okay, the third card that we got for the week ahead is the One of Wands. The One of Wands for me is about like new people, new places, new things coming forward, new starts, movement, action, things starting to progress. Yay! Isn't that exciting? Isn't that fun? So it's like, if we're going to tell the story so far, these first three cards, it's like, all right, you're taking the mask off. You're looking at it. Some things are working. Some things aren't working. You're not going to force things that aren't working because you know the universe is sending you in the right direction. It's all divine timing. So you're like, I got my mask off. I'm looking. I'm focusing on what's working. I'm focusing on the silver linings. Everything feels great. Now with the One of Wands coming in, it's like, yes, things are starting to sprout. And quite literally, you'll love this card. So look, it's got like little sprouts. And yes, I wrote on all of my tarot cards. I've been asked, is it okay? For me, yes. You get to decide, right? Because sometimes people ask me, well, what if the tarot cards, I pull it and it's upside down? Well, then for me, I just flip it upside, like upright. I'm like, oh, there's the card. I don't read upside down cards. So it's like everyone has a preference in a way that they read cards. Look, we're sprouting. Look at our little sprouts. That's good. We're sprouting, folks. Okay, so you've taken the mask down. You're like, I know it's working. I'm going to trust in the universe. I got this. Because the next two cards are fantastic. Okay. And they're major arcana cards, which I told you is major, big shifts and transformation. So the more you are trying to control things and how you think it has to be, the more you are going to feel like you are just like knocking your head into a wall. Okay. Because you've got the Magician next. Magician. I love this card. The Magician is the card of like, you can have whatever you want. What are you going to manifest? Okay. Remember, I've talked about this before, the secret to manifesting. You have to know what you want. You have to have clarity. You got to take that blindfold off. You got to have clarity. What do I want? Where am I going? Okay, perfect. I need to know I'm worth it. Yeah, I'm worth that. I deserve to have this dream. I deserve to have this goal. Okay. And then you have to take actions to get there. The universe is going to meet you. So think of it as like you're manifesting. You know where you're going. The GPS is set and you're going. And you're making steps and actions. And the universe is like, oh, yes, we are. Okay. That's how you manifest anything you want. Okay. The Magician's also about like spiritual work, healing work, being able to communicate. It's ruled by the planet of Mercury. It's all about communication. So know that the week ahead is going to require you to really get clear and start to speak out your dreams and your goals. Yes, literally, like saying it out loud so your ears can hear it too, the vibration and the frequency that you're like, this is it. Start being grateful and thanking the universe for things that you are requesting through manifestations but have not yet happened. So let's say, which it is a goal for me to get to 3,000 YouTube subscribers. Right now, I'm just under 2,000. All right, 3,000. So this morning, I was thinking to myself, thank you. Thank you. I'm there. I got it. Thank you. I'm already giving thanks for 3,000 subscribers happening for this channel. Um, and I'm acting as if it has already happened. Okay, like no doubt, it's already there. I give that as an example to you so you know how to give thanks and gratitude for your manifestations. Okay, thank thank the universe and the blessings that maybe okay you haven't seen yet, but you're like they're here, they're here. Not that they're coming, they're already here. Because if you're vibrating every day of like, oh, it's coming, it will always just be on its way and not really arriving. Let me know if that makes sense or if you have questions about that. Yeah, in the comments, yeah, we have somebody else. I packed all my bags and put them in my car to go visit my sister. And the day I was supposed to leave, I felt like I had to call off my trip. Isn't that the truth? It's like Spirit wants us to kind of hang out in what we know right now in terms of home and security and foundation. There's a lot of when I look at and I'm not an astrologer, which is why Lisa and I have amazing astrologers on every Thursday morning on This Morning with Lisa and Dallisa, because they get into all of it and what it means. But when I look at the astrology for the next couple of months, it feels like a lot of this, which makes sense why they may want us just to kind of stay home and know what we have at home rather than kind of be out. And they're saying like being out kind of in places that are a little bit more vulnerable and not in a good way with vulnerability. Okay. The fifth card I pulled is the wheel. Oh my God. Listen, to have the magician and the wheel in the same five cards for the week, this is like the blessings are there, folks. What are you focusing on? Okay. So the wheel is the card for me about like destiny, things happening that are karmic. And what I'm hearing to tell you, because yes, I'm a clairvoyant, clairaudient, and clairsentient. I see, I hear, and I feel. And what I'm hearing to tell you right now is that what you've been working so hard at, what you've been putting a lot of time and energy and focus on, is going to start to come to fruition. Okay. Understand again, this is a card that says you have to trust the universe and divine timing and what we have up our sleeves. We're going to bless you. You're going to have so many abundant things happening for you, but you have to get out of the way. This isn't about Dallisa controlling things and saying, all right, this is how it has to happen. It's more like, you know what? I see myself going on this amazing journey across the country, and I know that you are setting it up with the right people, the right timing, and everything is just going to unfold perfectly. Because I know that I've worked hard, I know that it's going to come together, and I'm going to keep my eye on the prize. Okay? Because once you start telling the universe how something has to happen, it usually holds back abundance. They know a lot more and see everything from a 30,000-foot level. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. um, I'm glad people are commenting and saying this is helpful. So again, you have the wheel, the magician, the two of swords, the one of wands, and the five of cups. If you want to look those up and read more about those. So what I make from this week is there's lots of things that we can be grateful and humble about, and things that we can choose to see differently this week. I'd say kind of stay in your own lane. Um, Stay as neutral as you possibly can be. I'd also have you ask yourself, what are you doing in your own community that is positive? What are you doing? How are you giving back? And maybe this random act of kindness thing that we have through spiritandspark.com, maybe you could go and do a random act of kindness. And then maybe after you do yours, encourage three of your friends or family members to do their own random acts of kindness. How can you spread this so that we are doing things out of the kindness of our heart? Because we know maybe we can't go outside right now. Maybe we can't go in big groups, but you can do things virtually that can make a big impact on someone's life. And if you didn't know this, now you do. You can go online and there are volunteer opportunities that are virtual that different charities and organizations are looking for. So get out of maybe how you've done things before and say, how can I do things differently that will open up more doors and more opportunities? I'll give you an example real quick before we get into this interactive card pull. Um, I have I was invited to this group called Lunch Club, not Clubhouse, the app that Elon Musk created. I think it was Elon Musk. It's called Lunch Club. They found me on LinkedIn, and it's really interesting. If anybody needs an invite, you can always like send me an email. But it's called Lunch Club. You can Google it, and it's for kind of like high level executives or people that are kind of in interesting industries, and they match you with somebody, and they don't live in your city necessarily, and they match you and you get to sit and have a conversation with them over Zoom, and you go, how can I help you? And they say, well, how can I help you? And these interactions have been extraordinary with people that are looking to do things differently in their lives and their communities. And it's just a one-on-one conversation. So why I bring that up, it doesn't have to be that you go out into the world and do some big grand gesture for thousands of people. It starts with one person. So what's the one random act of kindness that you're going to do this month? You've got about, what, 3 weeks, 2 weeks left? You have plenty of time. Your challenge this week is to look at things differently and decide, how am I going to create more silver linings, not only in my life, but in the life of somebody else around me? Okay. I didn't mean to get on my little soapbox there, but so if anybody wants to do Lunch Club, it's free. They do, like, you have, if you sign up, you have to do it. So meaning they'll kick you out if you like no show and stuff like that. But it's 1 hour. Usually I do like 2 or 3 a week. But the people have been phenomenal. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm going to start with my angel cards for this week. We'll see what cards I pull for next week, but we're going to use this deck. This is my very first deck that I use. Angel Guidance, Divine, if I could talk, Daily Guidance from your angels. You can see like the little letters are all worn out. It's a Doreen Virtue deck, and if any of you know, like, she doesn't make cards anymore. So this is my special deck. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to shuffle these cards, and I'm going to pull, I was going to pull 6, but they just said pull 5. We'll pull 5 cards. You are going to tune into the energy of the 5 cards, and they'll each have their own message, and it's going to be for this week. And I want you to tune in and select whatever one card you feel most drawn to out of the 5. It's going to be your message for this week. So a little bit deeper dive into something you need to know. If you feel like, okay, I'm going to do 2 cards, fine. But this isn't meant to be like, it's all 6 cards for you this week. It's really supposed to be like, what's the one message you kind of need to focus in on? So we'll do that, and I'll move through them pretty quickly. So I would encourage you to listen to all 5, because there'll be a message in there. So I'll just kind of roll through them pretty quickly, and then I'll pull 1 card for everybody again, and it will be our cards of destiny. These are fantastic. So I'll pull one of these after I get through the 5. Okay. So if you want to close your eyes and take a big deep breath, you can. I'm going to pull 5 cards right now, and I want you to trust your intuition, your gut, of what card you feel like you need to pick. It's going to be 1 through 5. Which one? And then I want you to comment. Which card is standing out to you? Okay. And for those of you watching that can't comment because you don't subscribe to YouTube or you can't subscribe to this channel, give it some thought this week. Create an account, so you can subscribe, so you can comment and interact. Okay. So what number is standing out to you? I'm going to start pulling these cards. So just put your number in the comments of 1 through 5. Which one are you going with? Which one are you picking? You've got a couple more moments. Okay, beautiful. Yep, I'm going to start reading these cards here. We got a lot of threes. Oh, this is funny. A lot of threes. Okay, we got some fives coming in, some fours. Oh, we got a two. We finally got a two. Lots of three, fours, and fives. Yeah, keep commenting. Let me know. Okay. Oh, we got a one. We got a couple ones. Okay, perfect. I'll give it another couple of seconds for you to put your number in the comment. It's like you're owning it. You're saying, yes, that's my number. That's my number. Oh, Janet, hello, hello. Thanks for joining the broadcast today. Okay, beautiful. Everybody that picked the number one, your card says, go for it. This is actually a card of action. It's a card of saying, stop getting in your own way and freaking do it. See, she's on her, I'd call it a horse, but there's a horn there, so I'm going to call it a unicorn. She's up on her unicorn and she's like, you know what? I am done playing it safe. I'm done playing it small. I have got a dream on my heart. I've got something I need to share. I've got something I need to do, and I'm not going to wait. What I'm hearing in my ear to tell you, everybody that picked number one, is create the urgency in your life. Tomorrow is not guaranteed, folks. We all know that. You needed a reminder today. This is about saying, you know what, it's time. It's time. Create urgency this week. Whatever you've been putting off or feeling like, God, could I do it? The number one people, yeah, you can, but you've got to take action. Just like I said, you got to start taking the action. The universe says, yep, here we go. You're galloping along now. Okay. So those are for number one. Again, stay tuned, stay on here. We're going to do one more collective card. Everybody that picked number two, which there weren't that many in the comments for number two, you've got the relationship card. The relationship card is all about how are you giving to yourself? How are you making like a symbiotic, friendly, happy life and relationship with people around you? But I'm also here to tell you, everybody that picked number two, yes, I can tell them. So they're saying to me, everybody that picked number two, you have a little bit of homework for this week. They want you to write down the top three relationships in your life where you feel like it's in balance and things are really going back and forth and you feel like, God, I'm so happy I have them in my life. And then write down two. Obviously, there's a lot of big swift transformations coming because they wanted 5 cards. Now they want 3 relationships that are working and 2 that probably either need a reboot or a clearing. Okay, which a 3 and a 2 is a 5. 5 is all about big swift transformation. So whew, we are headed into it, folks. So 2 that relationships where you're just like, I think they may have outstayed their welcome, or we're just not on the same path anymore. We just don't want the same things anymore, which is totally fine. Okay. So 3 that are working, because we always want to focus on what's working more so than what's not working. And then 2, it's like, where could I maybe kind of sweep some of this old stuff out so I can open up a door to bring somebody new in? Okay. So it's kind of a reevaluation of your relationships this week. Number 2. Number 3, a lot of you picked number 3. And listen, I made you comment or I asked you to comment. I don't want you backing out of this. You got the entrepreneur card. And why I'm like, yeah, you just commented, and here's what I have to say about that. This is the card that says you could be your own boss. You could be a healer. You could be a guide for other people. You could share your gifts in a way that you haven't shared them before. Does it mean you have to run out this week and start a business? No. But what this card is saying is you have the ability to be a leader. How are you stepping in to you being heard and seen more? Do you realize your value? Do you know that you're worth people paying attention to? Your card this week is like, you can do whatever you want. Maybe you have thought about opening up your own business. Maybe you've thought about, God, could I do it? Could I be a practitioner? Could I be a healer? Could I be a life coach? Could I be a psychic? This is a card that's like, yeah, but you have to believe you're worth it. Remember, that's ingredient number 2 in manifesting we went over a few minutes ago. You have to know you're worth it. Because if you don't believe you're worth it, nobody else is going to believe you're worth it either. It all starts in here. And I will tell you, going back to that random act of kindness challenge that we're doing, you do get the free sessions with Rachel. It's for new clients of Rachel's. What that will do is by working with her, she's a heart math practitioner. And she works on creating a deeper connection between you and your heart energy and resiliency. And why I bring it up is when you're working with your heart and knowing that you can do anything, you really are capable of achieving all kinds of things. And so it's another reason why you should do a random act of kindness, because then you can learn about your heart and heart math energy. And Rachel will get into all that. But all you need to know is do your random act of kindness because you'll have an amazing time with Rachel. Okay. People picked 4. We did have some 4s. We did, which is interesting because the 3s were entrepreneurs, and that card is like, you can do it. Believe in yourself. You can do it. People that picked card number 4, this is the life purpose card. And it's like, what are you doing to really align yourself with what what you know you were born to do? And if you're one of those people listening right now and you're like, don't know what I'm supposed to do. I hate my job. I don't have a job. I need to figure out where I'm going. This is the card that says you can do it. But as you can see, they have helpers. This isn't like a one-man show for you this week, number 4. It's like, who can you partner with? Who can you collaborate with? Maybe Lunch Club is perfect for you. So how do you want to align with other people and make meaningful collaborations and having conversations? And they're showing me again, taking the blindfold off this week and asking yourself, if I could do anything and make a living, what would I do? I want you to start thinking bigger this week. Thinking bigger. Go inside and ask yourself the questions and go big. Okay. And then finally, number 5, and then I'll do the card of destiny card pull for everybody. So number 5, we did have number 5 people. This is the card of acceptance. It's all about self-worth, self-love, knowing that you are worthy of your dreams. They're also asking me to remind everybody, especially those of you that picked card number 5, how are you going to release the judgment and approval from other people? If somebody doesn't like you, maybe it's part of that exercise we talked about a minute ago for the people who needed to do the 3 relationships and then the 2 that kind of aren't that great anymore. I want you to consider doing that same thing. The 2 relationships that maybe you feel like, God, I give everything to them and they just don't give me anything back. It's just not flowing. It just feels kind of old. It feels like it represents my old life. I want you to ask yourself then, after you've identified those 2 people, why? Why are you in those relationships? Why do you continue to fuel it? Do you have to forgive yourself for something? Do you feel guilty about something? What's associated with that person or relationship where you still feel like you kind of like you owe it something? What do you owe it and why? Okay. So that's what I want you to ponder this week, card 5. And I'm sure some of you are going to want to rewatch the replay. The good news is the link you had to access this live broadcast, it's the replay link. So you'll be able to watch that. So comment, let me know as I'm shuffling these cards for all of us. I'm going to pull one of these cards. How did your card resonate with you? Your number 1 through 5, and you heard that message. What did that feel? Did that bring anything up for you? Okay, so let me know. Let me know how that message felt. Do you feel like it was something you needed to hear? Yeah, we're getting some yeses, some thumbs up, some spot-ons, some interesting. How did it feel to you? So the cards of destiny, it's going to be the last card I'm going to pull for us. It has, they're based off of the standard deck of playing cards. So it's all the numbers and all the suits, but they all have their own frequency. They're really cool cards. So I'm going to pull one of these, and it's going to be whatever we need to know for the week ahead. And then just a final reminder, the spark plug, you can apply to be on the podcast as a guest. You can find out more about This Morning with Lisa and Dallisa. Download the Ajata Kasha app, Lisa's free app. And so all you got to do if you want any of that information, go to spiritandspark.com. You can always send me a note as well. I'm pretty accessible, but I'd love to have you in the Spark Plug if you're not already there. Okay, there we go. What did we get? We got the 5 of spades. How many of you were like, oh, of course it's a 5. Didn't I tell you this week was going to be a 5? We're in a 5-year. 5 years like big, swift transformations and changes. Your life will not look the same or feel the same at the end of this year. We got a 5 for our weekly card. I told you. This is like the beginning of kind of like this energy that feels wonky. All right. So the 5 of spades. Let me read this to you real quick. Changes in life, work, or health are likely now, and they can come quickly and unexpectedly. I cannot make this stuff up. Be sure that you are at the forefront of what is going on in your life so that you are in command of what is happening while being open and receptive to any shifts that are going on. Before I read on, I just want to call to your attention. Be sure that you are at the forefront of what's going on in your own life. Remember, one of the tarot cards for this week was take the blindfold off. Take the blindfold off and see what's going on. And then it goes on to say, when the 5 of spades brings change, the outcomes in the end are always progressive and always for the best. People are your allies. Let people support you. Let love in. Remember what they said a minute ago. You don't have to be a one-man band, okay? This card can be an indication that it's time to change something you've been resisting. Amen. If that's true for you, if you've been resisting change, but you're like, God, I know I should be doing something about this. If that's true for you, let go and move forward, because ahead of you is where the gifts are waiting. Ahead. Remember, action, small steps. Okay? Ahead of you is where the gifts are waiting. Thank the past. Remember, having gratitude, silver linings. I'm grateful. Thank the past. Turn toward the future and move with full presence of being. Like, you know what? I'm going confidently into the future. I might not know what tomorrow is going to bring, but I'm going to move forward with confidence anyway. Something bigger is ahead. This week is going to require action on your part, and again, taking that blindfold off. If you have been playing it safe, if you have been playing it small, the universe is no longer going to accept that. I really want to see your random act of kindness. I know I've beaten it like a dead horse. I want to see it. Yeah, I thought about being a teacher when I was a little kid, and now I feel like I'm the teacher at the front of the classroom saying, your homework is due, folks. Your homework of being kind to someone else is due. And it's time for you to be kind to yourself. If you are telling yourself some shenanigan of something that is outdated, hurtful, untrue, now is the time to kick that story to the curb. All right, folks? Man, they really wanted to make sure you heard a few things today. But yes, I am so thrilled. I loved reading all of your comments and doing this live with you today. We will do this again next Monday. I'd love your feedback. If you could just take a moment and comment, did you like the live Monday forecast? Did you like the tarot cards? Did you like picking a number? Did you like the card at the end? Like, did this feel good? Did it feel like it was helpful? Do you feel like you got something out of it that you needed to hear? It was the whole reason I switched up this format, so it wasn't just a stagnant video that you could listen to, but instead that you could just come in and be a part of the energy. So if you could just comment and let me know what your thoughts were, I'd really appreciate it. And again, if you can't make it live next Monday, it's okay, but I would love if you could. You know, I've been hearing from people saying, I'm going to put Thursdays this morning, 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern on my calendar. I'm going to watch that show live every Thursday and be a part of the energy. I would love if you put 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern on Mondays. So 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern on Mondays. If you could just put it on your calendar and jump on and be a part of this collective, this energy, I would really appreciate it. I think it just adds so much more energy to this broadcast when people are watching live. And it's a great way to start your week. And so I'm thrilled that you spent a little bit of time with me this morning. We're going to be on the lookout for your random act of kindness. And if this video was helpful, if you could just share the link, the one you clicked on to access this broadcast, if you could share it with 3 people and just say, hey, I think you need to hear something in this video, I would really appreciate it. All right, we'll see you again on Thursday. Remember, it'll be This Morning with Lisa and Dallisa. We'll have the Astro Shaman, Benjamin Bernstein, on talking about the astrology for the week ahead. And the latest podcast episode will be out on Thursday as well. And thank you to everybody who subscribed to Highway to Healing on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Spotify. I really do appreciate it. And I do appreciate the 5-star reviews as well. For more information on our practitioners, all the services that we offer, as well as our group classes, go to spiritandspark.com. All right, we'll see you later. Bye for now.